What's up, everybody? This is Steven with Snaketuary. I want to show a couple of things with this one. We were just given this albino Burmese the other day, and I want to show a couple of things. This is another example of why we do not adopt out our reptiles. We don't know how well somebody took care of something, and this guy here, there's almost no muscle tone at all. He's very weak, very lethargic. It was flicking his tongue earlier, but it's kind of stopped flicking his tongue. He is breathing bubbles, so we know it's got some type of respiratory infection. He is doing the mouth gaping and things like that, which at first I thought was just yawning, but it's not. He's doing it too much. He is still moving his head and his eyes a little bit. He does have some stuck eye caps, he's flicking his tongue there, but it's not very much. And he's got some bubbles coming out, so that the bubbles are a sign of a respiratory infection. So one thing you need to do with respiratory infections is really increase the heat. That kind of helps him, but he's got some stuck eye caps, and he's got a lot of stuck shed right here that we're trying to get off. And then he's also got scale rot. Let me see if I can lift this up to show you guys. It's very, like, the muscle tone is not there, so it's very, very difficult to hold it up. But you can see the scale rot on the bottom. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera because I've still got them in the bucket, but these dark spots is all scale rot. And so we've got some medicine on it right now. I'm trying to help it shed. I'm trying to get all this shed that didn't come off. He's moving very, very, very slowly, so he's very weak, very lethargic. I don't know how well they took care of it. I don't know if I'm sure it's dehydrated. You can tell it hasn't eaten in a while. You can see it's very, very skinny. The tail is really bad too. It's very, very skinny on the tail. A lot of stuck shed that we're gonna have to get taken off. The stuck shed seems to be pulling off pretty well. But we've got some medicine. I've got some medicines that I can get from work that I can use whenever they have scale rot, and I've got some medicine on it right now. I'm still wiping the medicine on it and trying to clean it off and things like that. So that medicine that I can get actually helps with the scale rot. But you can see it's very weak and very lethargic. Burmese, all of the Burmese that I have are very, very, very inquisitive. They're very curious and they move around a lot. But you see this guy's just kind of sitting here and he's just kind of hanging his head over. You can see that it's very weak, the spine's sticking up. But I wanted to show another example of why we don't adopt out our reptiles, and a couple of things that you can do, are some problems that I'd like to talk about. Like I said, with the scale rot, it causes them to not shed very well and not shed properly. With that stuck shed, a lot of times they can't move a lot with the stuck shed, and you don't want to. One thing too, with this stuck shed right here, I'm gently pulling on it, but that stuck shed's not ready to come off yet. And if I pull too hard, it can actually pull their scales off. So if you're helping a snake shed and you get to a part and you're pulling the shed and it's not coming off very easily, just wait, because you don't want to pull their scales off. And like I said, I wanted to show the scale right. Let me see if I can get another. There's no muscle tone at all in this guy. This guy's not helping me at all. But let's see if you can see that scale rot on the bottom. All these dark brown spots, and that's all down its belly. So that definitely needs to be cleaned up. He's just barely moving his head and his eyes. Like I said, it was flicking his tongue quite a bit, but it's not really doing that anymore. So this guy's gonna need a lot of TLC. We've got quite a bit more medicine that we can give to it. There's different things that we use here at Steve's Snaketuary to help snakes. And there's some things that just a normal person can't get. But me being an advanced EMT, I kind of have some access to different things. We do have a licensed vet here that we take our animals to. So we're gonna watch this guy to see how he does. We're probably gonna have to set up a vet appointment. But I just wanted to point some things out on snakes. Here's another example of the scale rot. This one's not as dark right here, but you can see the scales are kind of messed up right here. So things that you kind of need to look for whenever, if you have issues with snakes. But again, I kind of feel like I'm rambling now, but just some things I wanted to point out on snakes, some things that we do to help the snakes out here at the Snaketuary, and to let you guys know this is another reason why we don't adopt out our reptiles. But anyway, this is Steve with Steve Snaketuary. We'll try to give you guys some updates on the snakes, on this particular snake, to see how it goes. I'm not really sure. It's not acting very good, very wet right now. So we'll have to see. But we'll see you guys later.